So my name is Marianne Brodmann. I'm a vascular specialist and geologist here in Austria, in Graz, at the Medical University, and I have a long experience with regard to interventional procedures in any kind of PAD areas. And I'm now talking about the ELEGANCE Registry, which is, in my opinion, an outstanding registry because it's focusing on groups of subgroups and groups of patients we have never evaluated in trials so far. When you look at the different randomized controlled studies out there for claudication, for example, also for critical emphysema, so the majority of patients included in these trials is usually males with regard to the gender. So that's an unmet need. So females who usually present at a much later status, with a much higher degree of PAD disease, mainly critical emphysema, are not evaluated in trials. So that's an unmet need. So females are underrepresented in clinical trials. That's the one point. The second point is that we are not focusing on or that in randomized controlled studies, we are not, because they have maybe been done in high graded institutions in Europe, US, Australia, or wherever, worldwide. So we are not focusing on underrepresented minorities. We are not looking, does a Hispanic or does a Black or an Asian or whatever, Caucasian or whatever group of people have the same outcome, or what are the differences with regard to risk factors? Maybe we know that Asian people have a higher degree of diabetes that might have an impact on the outcome of an intervention we are doing. So it's very important to find these differences. And I think this is the outstanding setup of this ELEGANCE Registry, that we are really focusing on females and underrepresented minorities. And I would say it's on underrepresented minorities because females are also underrepresented minorities in the different trials. So we have, in the meantime, I was able to present at LINC last week more than 500 patients already evaluated. So that's an interim analysis. So that was very interesting. And I was able to show the differences already in this patient cohort. We are right now above the goal we have set for this trial. So we wanted to include more than 40% of female patients and 40% of underrepresented minority groups. So we are over the goal. We are over 40% with females. We are over 40% with underrepresented minorities. First outcome data. Second outcome data, we are seeing the differences. We are seeing the differences with regard to female presentation, male presentation. Females are usually older. Females have much more critical emphysema when they are first treated. So with regard to risk factors, for example, Asians, as I've already mentioned, have much a higher degree of diabetes. So we already see differences between the different patient cohorts, and I think that's very important. And we will see more and more. We will see the difference in the lesion levels. It's just an interim analysis. We are right now. This is something which is of interest. We are right now around. We have a little bit more than 1,000 patients included, but we don't have the interim analysis of this patient because the enrollment is still ongoing. And I think that will really be eye-opening for us. Another issue is, and I think that's also very, very important, as I mentioned, why we are able to include these underrepresented minorities in that way, that with regard to the sites we were looking for and choosing for being involved in the trial, that the sites are also, with regard to sites PI, we have a lot of sites PI who are females. That's also unique, and we also have a lot of sites PI who are underrepresented, who are people from groups of underrepresented minorities, Black, Asian, Hispanic. So I think that will also make the difference of this study. We need to look at different patient cohorts in a different way, and I think we cannot treat everybody the same way. In the future, we need to distinguish between patient cohorts with regard to sex and race. And I think that will be the key finding of the ELEGANCE registry.